Hi everyone, welcome to another video. Today, I don't know if you guys know, this video is mainly for the Danganronpa fans. Basically, Danganronpa, I don't know if you know, but Danganronpa 2 is getting a remake, and I'm very, very beyond excited, and I am going to be sharing my thoughts and predictions, well, mainly predictions, on what I think could happen in this remake. So without further ado, let's begin. First, I want to talk about Teru Hanamura. I think he's either going to be first death, or he's still gonna be the same. Or are they gonna keep the first two deaths first? Like, they're gonna keep it how it was, or he's gonna survive till chapter 2. I don't see him making it past chapter 2. But I would prefer for him to die one of the first two deaths, like either the victim or culprit. I think, yeah, I really want him gone. I really do want him gone. I maybe have the roles reversed, like Byakuya Tugami, imposter, kill Teru as a sign of like, what's the word, like protection, yeah. So maybe, but yeah, I think Teru is not surviving till like chapter 3. I think he's gonna die chapter 1 or chapter 2, trust. Okay, now for Byakuya imposter. Right, they're either going to do him dirty again, or they're going to give more exploration to his character. Like, we're gonna find out that he is actually an imposter, like early on in the game. Spoiler alert. Yeah, I think they're either gonna have him as the first one to die again, same as Teru, or he's gonna at least survive till chapter 4 at most. I don't see him surviving, but he's either gonna do pretty well or he's gonna flop again. So, I mean, it would be interesting to see him as a culprit. It would be very interesting, and I'm curious to know what his execution would be. Like, it would be interesting. Next is Kazuichi. Honestly, he's gone first chapter. He is one of the first deaths. He is not surviving this. I'm sorry, and I think most people can agree. He is definitely going to be one of the first deaths. I think he's dead chapter 1, chapter 2. He is not making it past chapter 3. No way. And I'm gonna make sure of it. Okay, no hate to Soda, because I don't mind him. But I don't think... He is not really a well-deserving survivor. And you know who I think is going to kill him? I think Sonya, but I will get to Sonya in a bit. But yeah, I think he's gonna either get killed by Sonya or Gundam. But I will get to those two characters later on. But yeah, he is definitely not surviving, like, at all. He's not surviving again. No way. Next person I want to talk about is our king, Hajime. I love Hajime, one of my favorites overall. And people are saying that they're gonna give him the Kaede treatment and kill him off, like, later in the game. And some people have actually said they're gonna give Mahiru the new protagonist, or Nagito. And some people have said Chiaki, but I personally believe he's gonna survive again. I don't think they're gonna give him the Kaede treatment. If they do, I kind of would like them to give Mahiru the new role of the protagonist, because I love Mahiru, and it would be absolutely iconic to see that. But I don't think they're going to kill him off. And he is not going to be the first. He's not first death. So, you know, I think characters I can actually confirm and not first death. 3 people I can confirm is Hajime, Mikan, and Mahiru. Those are 3 people I think I can confirm that are not first death. So if you are a fan of those 3, don't worry, they are not going to be the first death. At least I don't think they will be. So yeah. But yeah, Hajime, I think he's gonna survive, honestly, to the end again, so, unless they give him the Coyote treatment, which I don't think they will. Next person I want to talk about is Fuyuhiko. Now, honestly, I don't think he's gonna survive either. I don't think there's gonna be any of the original survivors gonna survive again besides Hajime, unless they, obviously, like I said, Coyote treatment. But we're talking about Fuyuhiko now, so I think my prediction is Peko is going to kill Fuyuhiko, and like, because maybe it's like he was so controlling of Peko and Peko had enough and kills Fuyuhiko. Unless he gets killed by someone else and Peko has her own, like, arc and she has a dynamic of herself. But I will get to Peko soon, don't worry. But yeah, I think Fuyuhiko, he's not surviving this. I think he's gonna at least last until chapter 4. I think he'll die chapter 4. Or at least be a culprit. I don't know. Yeah, it's hard to tell, but I do think he's either going to outlast Peko again, and then maybe the next victim is him, but he kills himself, maybe? I don't know, like what Sakura Ogami did in the first Danganronpa. Yeah, so I do think maybe that, although he does get killed by Peko, maybe, or he's just killed by someone random, or maybe Mahiru. People have said that Mahiru's gonna kill him, so yeah, but I don't think he's gonna survive. I think he's gonna die chapter 4. Now we're going to Ibuki. Ibuki. I think she will do very well. I think she might actually survive, especially since she is a fan favorite, and people are upset with her death. Like, they did her so dirty in Danganronpa 2. Honestly, Danganronpa 2 is my favorite one, like, with the favorite cast, like, and storyline. But anyway, I think Ibuki is gonna do very well, unless she is a culprit and kills maybe like Mikan or something. Yeah, so I do think Ibuki has a good chance of surviving. Although she is a comedy character, so it could go both ways. Same with Byakuya. I think with these two, with Byakuya and Ibuki, it could go both ways. Like, they could either survive or die. But I don't think Byakuya is going to survive. I think Ibuki has a better chance than Byakuya. And I think Ibuki I can't speak. Ibuki better last long. Because if not, I'm going to be very upset. I'm going to be very upset. Because if not, I'm going to be very angry and frustrated. But yeah, I do think Ibuki could actually survive, or at least make it near the end. Nekomaru, honestly, I hate to say it, but I don't think he's going to survive. I think he's not going to last as long as he did in the original. I think he's going to be, if they do a double death again in chapter 3, because chapter 3 usually have the double death and then one culprit. If they do that, I think it's gonna be him and Akane are the two ones dead, and maybe someone like Peko kills them. Maybe it seems realistic that he and Akane are probably gonna have a double death, because that would be touching but sad, because, like, I felt bad for Akane, especially when he died in, spoiler, he died in, chapter 4. So, yeah. I don't think he's gonna last as long as he did in the original. Same with Akane, but I will get to Akane very, very soon. Yeah, so I think Nekomaru, he is definitely going to be gone chapter 3. I don't see him surviving. He's a good character, but yeah, that's all I can really say for Nekomaru. he is a funny. He's also just like Ibuki, a comedy character, and he is a funny character. So, seeing him again would be very, very cool. Right, now I'm gonna talk about Akane. So now, yes, spoiler, she survived the killing game. Do I think she's gonna survive again? Probably not. Yeah, probably not. I think she's gonna, like I said, double death with Nekamaru. I think is a good, well, not good, but like it'll be an interesting, like, parallel, and it'll be also like a bit poetic as well, like because they're having different killers and different victims. So seeing as we're probably gonna have some of the survivors, original survivors, either be victims, and some who I think are going to be culprits. Yeah, so I think Akane is definitely gonna be a victim. I don't see her being a culprit. She doesn't seem like the culprit type. Although she was a bit of a suspect in chapter 2, but I don't see her being killed. Like, no, I see her being killed probably around chapter 3 at most. I don't think she's gonna last longer than that. It would be cool to see another survivor survive again, but I feel like it would just be a bit boring at the same time, and I think some people could agree. But to the Akane fans, I'm really sorry, but I do not think Akane's gonna survive it again. So, like I said, Hajime's probably gonna be the only one who's gonna survive twice, unless they give him the Kaede treatment. So, that's my thoughts on Akane. I feel like they're also going to be doing characters that might not had a lot of spotlight in them, and this is one of the characters who did not have much spotlight, which is my girl Peko Yama. I think she is going to dominate. I think she's going to do very well. I think she could survive. Honestly, I think she's a possible survivor. I think because they didn't do much with her character. They were kind of just labeling her as Fuyuhiko's tool. But I think now, because she had a big role in chapter 2, spoiler alert, she was the killer in chapter 2. So it would be interesting to see maybe her character alone with no Fuyuhiko. I think it would be very interesting to see how she will adapt and develop throughout the killing game. If say like Fuyuhiko dies early and then Peko's like wanting to maybe avenge his death maybe, and like a final words that like say like Fuyuhiko's like a culprit and like Peko's shocked by this and he says to Peko before he gets executed, like, fight for us and make it out of this killing game. It would be very emotional. It was very emotional seeing like Peko like leave Fuyuhiko. But I don't want to see Peko as Fuyuhiko's bodyguard again. It would just be it would be so annoying because I love Peko and I think they could do so much more to her character. So I think she's a possible survivor. Now, the next person I'm going to talk about is also someone who I think is a possible survivor and could have more spotlight in the next game. And of course, I am talking about my favorite Danganronpa 2 character, Hiyoko Seonji. I think she has a good chance of surviving. Lots of people have said she has a good chance of surviving. And I think there are many reasons why. Because apparently, someone has actually said to me today that Danganronpa was actually thinking of having her survive. So, like, if they do have her survive, then oh my god, perfect. I think she is survivor material. It would be nice to see someone like her survive the killing game. Because, like, I feel like they kind of did that with, what's her name? Himiko, yeah. Himiko Yameno from Danganronpa V3. So if we see her survive again, like, not again, if we see Hyoko survive, oh, that would be that would be the dream, because obviously Hyoko is my favorite character from Danganronpa version 2. I think she's probably my favorite overall. Yeah, so I think they need to give her more spotlight and more development on her character, because I feel like it was just Mikan's bully. She was kind of just Mikan's bully, and I think they kind of need to give more spotlight to the Mahiru and Hyoko dynamic, like, because I feel like, because in the original, spoiler alert, Mahiru died chapter 2, and then, like, the Hyoko could have had, like, lots of development. They could have done so much for her character, like, maybe have her be survivor, but then just kill her off in the next chapter, which is very, it was so sad. So I think they really need to, like, focus on characters like Peko, Hyoko, Ibuki, Mahiru, and possibly Mikan. Did I say Mikan? I don't know. Anyway, yeah, so I think I would love to see Hyoko survive and, last long. And I think she's a perfect survivor. I really do think that. So please, Danganronpa creators, if you're watching this, please have Hyoko survive. I beg of you. I beg of you. Next is Mikan. I love Mikan personally. People hate her, but I'm one of those people that love her. She is just, I feel like they did her execution so incorrect and super wrong. They did her so dirty with her flipping execution. So if she is a culprit again, they better change up that execution. Because if not, I will change it myself. Yeah, so I think either, because people have said Mikan's not gonna last long, Mikan's gonna last long. There are some people who think she's gonna survive. I personally don't think she'll survive, but I do think she'll last pretty long. Maybe longer than she did in the original game. Maybe last until Culprit Chapter 4. Yeah, so I think it would be nice to see her, like, have maybe more, like, dynamics. Like, maybe a dynamic with, more dynamic with Ibuki. Or maybe with Mahiru. Like, and I feel like, they did her so dirty in the original game, so hopefully they don't do her dirty in the remake, and I pray the death order better actually be valid, because if not, I'm gonna cry. So yeah, I do think Mikan could either do very well or not well. So yeah, it like I said with Ibuki, it could go both ways. Except, yeah, I think it could go both ways with Mikan as well. Next up is Gundam. Now, honestly, I think he could actually survive. I think he's gonna survive. Personally, I think, because I think they could have done more with his character than him acting like this whole villainous character, but I think I want to see more dynamic with him and Sonia than maybe Kazuichi, or maybe he kills Kazuichi, maybe in chapter 2. But if they kill Gundam off as early as that, damn, I will be very sad. I will be very upset. And his execution was probably one of the best, in Danganronpa 2, and also Chiaki's, which I will get to Chiaki later. But yeah, Gundam, I see him probably surviving the killing game, so it would be cool. And also, he has cute little hamsters. Come on. He has to survive and have a good home for his dark, devilish destruction people hamster things. I forgot what they were called. Next up is my favorite redhead Mahiru Koizumi. My favorite redhead in Danganronpa. Come on. She is literally... Oh my god. They need to do her some justice this time. They did her so freaking dirty in the Danganronpa 2. I thought she was going to last long. But no, surprise, surprise, spoiler alert, she dies in freaking... She dies in the flipping second chapter. Why? Like, come on. So I feel like Mahiru, I think she's gonna survive. I really do think she's gonna be a survivor. And I maybe a support character. Because people have said they're gonna kill Hajime off and give Mahiru the protagonist role. If they do that, I would actually love that. I would love that, because that means Mahiru is most likely going to survive if they do that. I do think Mahiru has a good chance of surviving this time. I do think she has a good chance, especially since they did her so wrong in chapter 2. And they also need to do more with her dynamic with Hiyoko. Please do that with her. Please give her and Hiyoko a better dynamic, please. I think she will survive. I think she'll do very, very well. Now for Nagito. Nagito, honestly, I think he could survive, or they're gonna kill him off early. Unless, I mean, to be fair, people have said he's going to kill Teru. And some people have said he's going to survive. So I'm, like, mixed on Nagito, but I would love to see him survive. I think, because he is such an iconic character of version 2. Come on. Please have him survive. I really want him... Actually, I'll get to my survivors at the end, but he needs to do very well. I want him to do well. I don't want him to be, like, killed off in, like, the first chapter, because if not, I will crash out. I will crash the flip-flop out. So please, keep him in as well. Please. And he's just such a funny character, too. He is. Last but not least, Chiaki Nanami. Now, honestly, I would love to see Chiaki survive, but I do hate to admit this. I think they're gonna do her dirty again and have her killed off where she was in the original game. So, I do not see her, you know, surviving. But unless they, like... Because Danganronpa tends to give us surprises, so they could potentially have her survive. If they do, the fans will literally go crazy in a good way. So if they have her live, period, I would be happy with that. I would be down with that. Like, if they do that, like, yes, period. I would love that. Personally, I do want her to survive. I don't think she'll survive, but, you know, they better not do her dirty and kill her off early, because if not, the fans will not be happy, because especially since Chiaki is a fan favourite. So, yeah. And with that, that is my thoughts and predictions on every single Danganronpa version 2 characters. Now, I'm going to get to my main predictions of survivors who I genuinely believe could actually survive. Prediction is Hiyoko, Hajime, Mahiru, Gundam, and Ibuki. Those are who I believe and also want to survive. Like, fingers crossed. Like, please. Anyway, so I hope you've enjoyed. If you did, let me know with a like, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!